Hi, Philip.
Test, test, test.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Good.
move over into the camera view here.
Apologize for the late start here. It was busy uploading the session materials. Let me see if it's finished.
Of course.
Oh, what a day.
Yeah, how you doing, my friend?
This headache is a nightmare, my friend.
Yeah.
So it has been uploaded, but Showtime is still processing it. So we can just talk for a little moment before we start.
Yeah. Are we
How many people we
broadcasting
got in
or
here?
are we just?
Yeah, we're broadcasting. We're here.
Okay.
We're live right now.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see everyone, or not see you, but see you in the chat. See all the people here. Yes, you are live. Okay. Thanks, AC. Hello, Simon. Madam. Oh, Madam's here. Hello, Madam. Good to see you. Johnny. Rolo. Presale. AK. Simon says, "What's up with your headache, Philip?"
Well, I'm working on this. You can tell them if you feel like it.
Yeah, Philip had a fall about, I think, 10 days ago and hit his head. And I was like, "You need to go to the doctor." And he's like, "Nah, it's okay. It was all good." So he finally went to the doctor yesterday and they said that he has a concussion. So he just needs rest and needs to chill. But he still wanted to be here on the AMA today against everybody telling him just to take the day off. But
What am I going to do? Just lay down and do nothing? I don't think so.
the guy just doesn't stop. So he just needs to chill a little bit. But thankfully, he had a CT scan and he is A-okay. It just takes time to heal. So let's see. Still waiting on the presentation. So we're just uploading the presentation right now, guys.
It's uploaded. It just, this stupid service doesn't seem to want to share it. That's okay. We'll do this the hard way. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no problem.
PowerPoint. If it doesn't want to have me share it this way, I will share it directly. You can't trick me. Okay, let's pull this over here and let's go to F7 and view, start slideshow. There. And then got it. And then what we'll do is we will go back to our Zoho and I will screen share. And I will choose this and we'll click share. Everybody see?
Yes.
So as I said, if I can't get it one way, we'll get it another.
Good. Yeah, looks good. Coming through now.
I'll probably still let you mostly
Absolutely.
talking.
Absolutely. So
I'm a little slow on the talking side right now, but I'll let you mostly handle
yeah.
that. But I'll chime in when we have some
Yeah,
tech questions or whatever.
no worries. Everybody, welcome to the SoMee Community AMA, January 2022. It's hard to believe it's already the end of January, but time flies when you're having fun, right?
It does. We actually have Dominique here too. I'm going to give him mic access.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, cool.
Hey, okay.
Hey, I just tested positive for COVID over at the hospital, so I'll be a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's getting hit. You got it. I think Bijou has Omicron right now, the Omicron version.
Yeah, that's what I had.
managed to avoid it all, fortunately.
Same.
But also just I've been staying away from a lot of public venues and haven't been traveling or anything. So,
yeah, neither have I, but I somehow ended up with it, you know.
And
so
Dominique, we have Dominique here with us.
Oh, he just dropped out.
Bye, Dom.
No, can you hear me now?
Hi, Dom.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all having a good morning?
Yeah, it's been a good morning.
Yeah,
I mean, some better than others, but it's all good.
I feel it. Not everybody, and it's just a fine thing. I was talking about getting sick. My girlfriend had COVID 2 weeks ago. I was with her the entire time. I caught the flu, but I tested negative 3 times.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad I didn't have it.
Well,
Lucky you, man.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
You got them antibodies from last year, man.
That's right, man. That's right. So thanks for joining us, Dom. And for those of you who don't know Dom, Dominique Columbus is an actor known for Ray Donovan, 2013, Gates of Darkness, City of Lies. Am I missing anything, Dom? Probably a whole list of things.
CSI, right?
What's that?
Yes, NCIS.
CSI.
CSI, yeah. Yep, I knew I was missing something big. So Dom's out there in the acting world, and we're going to be talking about something exciting that he's working on here in just a bit. So now that we've kicked off the AMA, just want to welcome everybody. We have a bunch of people registered. I think we have like 26 people registered and a bunch of people in chat. And people are continuing to come in, but we'll go ahead and kick it off. So the topics that we're going to cover this time on the AMA is basically the status of where we're at with the project, the overall project status, where we're at with marketing, what we're going to be doing with marketing. And I believe Nick from our marketing team may be joining us as well in a minute, so he can talk about marketing.
Yes, I gave him microphone access.
Yeah, so Nick will be joining us. Nick Dongsik, another actor as well, and he is doing our marketing along with Bijou and branding. And then we'll have the community AMA comments and questions for the team. So just moving right into the status, we have my thoughts that in all, we're basically on track with where we want to be with the development team. So after we did have delays, of course, and after we got through kind of, making some transitions, and we, went with our US-based development team that we already announced on the last AMA and got everything transitioned into a top development squad out of Seattle, Washington, the Seattle Software Developers. They've been around since 1989, but just a really, can you guys hear me okay? Because I just got a little flash.
Yeah, you're fine, buddy.
Said too quiet. So
yeah,
that's
I saw that.
I just want to make sure I'm coming through. But so we're basically, once they came on board and got up to speed with our code, everything started to really progress. And in terms of the roadmap and what we've been working with them, we have a lot of features that have been delivered. We hooked to the Hive blockchain. So we're excited about, Q1 2022 and, getting the platform actually launched with the monetization, the wallet completion, the blockchain features, and pretty much like the overall experience. We've been really focused on a good user experience. So things like that we've noticed in the past where we had maybe like a few bugs or jumping issues where the newsfeed would jump. Kind of squashed a bunch of bugs and really working on that user experience. So basically, just to recap our previous AMA, we talked about the Hive blockchain. Phil put together a SWOT analysis, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and what's the T? That's the threats. I'm always like, okay, what the hell? But we discussed the benefits, challenges of Hive. We determined some of the steps we can take in order to make Hive that much easier for our users, which went from, I think, the Hive keychain, and then we integrated very quickly the Hive signer. So basically, we put all of this on our dev blog. So it's devs.someesocial.com. And there's a blog for pretty much everything there that shows you how to connect these services. So once you actually connect to the Hive blockchain, it will be a lot easier to use Hive Signer because you connect it once and then you're pretty much good to go. We discussed marketing plans, marketing strategies, so that people understand, what we're trying to accomplish with the marketing. And it was kind of more like the slow buildup of marketing because we didn't want to really unleash everything at once when the platform wasn't fully ready. And that's been kind of a fluid thing. We're on track, but it's really from week to week when we're working with through the development process, new things do come up. So with Hive blockchain, there was new things that came up that we had to divert our developers into, such as like the spam list. It was important for Hive that we implemented this kind of integration with their community so that their moderators could properly protect the blockchain from spam. And it took some coding work. I think, what was it, like another week, Philip, to get everything kind of, done, coded, tested, and then pushed into production. It was like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So, there's these things that are constantly coming up that we have to address immediately just to keep our partners happy, and also to make sure that, we're integrating things in a way that is going to make the experience better, like we did with Hive Signer. We immediately pivoted to that to integrate that. But with that said, the team is actually doing a really great job, and so we're excited to continue to build the marketing as we see the features and integrations happening into the platform, into SoMee. And so once we know that we have the video, because right now we've worked on video, short video clips. Now we did expect video clips and things to be integrated by now, but we decided that we were going to pivot on that and leverage a partner versus like all of the infrastructure that we had coded up, because there were so many technical things happening between the front and the back end that we decided that with this partner, it would streamline a lot of things. So that'll actually give us access to a lot of features and a lot of benefits for the short video clips, video uploads, encrypted chat, all the bells and whistles. And so we pretty much just, have to tie it into our front end, which makes it a lot easier, and it takes a lot of load off of our actual back end and our application. So, we're making decisions like that to where we're going to get that done, and we're just waiting to find out on the timeline for that. But another thing that's featured, obviously, is the wallet. We want to complete the wallet, and our goal is to have the wallet by Monday, Tuesday of this week. So we said that we wanted to have it by the end of the month, and the developers are working very hard this weekend to be able to deliver that, so that by Monday, Tuesday, you guys have the wallet and the SME post values, and you see the comments with the post values. And so, and the transaction history, the power up, power downs for the Hive balances. So they're working really hard to get that done. Obviously the comment and reply to the blockchain with the values on those, and then fixing some platform bugs that we noticed on production as well. Additional development work that we've been doing is for our NFT Marketplace. So we're finishing up the marketplace designs. We pretty much, went through and approved everything, and they should, I think, middle of next week should have everything into the actual platform, and we're really excited about that because we've already have, not only do we have a number of different artists lined up, but once we actually launch it, we're going to actually we're thinking about a new brand name for the actual site. And I know some of our community was behind that before, and we listened to that feedback. So we've been putting together a list of names to actually name it. We did put a number of those on our DAO for a vote, so you guys can go check that out at vote.somee.social. Additionally, there's the partner work that we're doing, beginning on the partnership work for Hive and other Hive-related projects. Is there anything I should be bringing up in specifically for that, Philip?
We're going to be probably working on the Hive API side for the content classification.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Yeah. So the API integrations to be able to what tag and classify the content that is being posted to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So that's additional development work that we are doing. Also wanted to give you guys an update on Republic. So Republic has been going pretty well. So far we have over 500 investors, and it's been exciting to watch that grow. And I think there's still I don't know, maybe 70, 75 days left in the campaign. So it's moving along, and it's also we've been trying to do updates there. With Republic, you have to do all the communication on their platform due to kind of the regulatory things. So you guys can go check that out at republic.com/SoMee and see more of the updates and kind of all the feedback from the people over there. But it's a really great community of about 1 million investors on their platform. And we were trending for a solid week on the platform. And I just think it's just such a awesome company and what Republic is doing. And they're expanding quite a bit and doing some amazing things. I think they just acquired another company in the UK that's going to expand their footprint. So there's a lot of things happening with our raise and our Regulation CF raise. And then we've been meeting, obviously, with a lot of investors. It really spiked a lot of interest from investors that saw us on Republic and wanted to meet with us to discuss investing in our Reg D. So we're kind of, talking to a number of different ones right now, and so we'll be making some announcements, I think, pretty soon as we can complete the talks, or as we ink anything, we'll announce anything that's appropriate in the future. So excited about that. And what else? So also the DAO wanted people to focus on both the DAO and the company level participation. So we wanted to basically just allow our community to have more and more of the vote. So we're more in terms of launching the DAO. It's still pretty small. People have been finding it, but you can go to vote.somee.social and then join the DAO. The benefit of the DAO and the way that we set it up on the service that we're using, a lot.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. I mean, you can share your screen and check it out, but it's kind of nice because it really allows everybody to participate but not have to pay the gas fees. And I think that's a big benefit, because a lot of DAOs, you have to pay these expensive DAO gas fees to actually participate. And so I love this, and I think this is something that as a company, as we work with a lot of these other projects and a lot of these other creators who are going to be collaborating with us on our NFT side, I think we'll also be creating them the same type of DAOs for those creators, and kind of help them expand into this space and creating DAOs, because this is really the future of each project can empower their community with a DAO. So you can simply join there. I actually couldn't join the DAO yet. I was able to vote, but I couldn't actually officially join because I use a Trezor, and the Trezor with MetaMask isn't supported yet, but that's coming. So I just wanted to give you a heads up if you use.
Well, I should say it is supported. You can vote, you can submit proposals and all that good stuff. It's just that because of the old Trezor Ts, they don't fully support the EIP. So when you join, it doesn't know what message that is. Snapshot's working on it. Trezor just has to release an update, and apparently they're working on that. But you can still do everything on the DAO.
Yeah, you can still do everything that and vote and all that stuff. It doesn't show you as joined. So just be cautious of that if you use Trezor. But they will have an update for that soon. But it's great that anyone can go in and create a proposal. You also there's these POAPs, proof of active participation, which will be created for specific votes that are badges that will show that you participated. We're going to allow these to actually show on your SoMee profile eventually, so that you can actually see the POAP and proof of participation. So this was the very first one that was minted, and only a few people got that one. I didn't even get that one, and I was like pissed off that I didn't get it. So Philip thinks it's funny, but yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. You didn't vote, you didn't get it. That's not my
Yeah,
fault.
I mean, I thought I voted, but that's the thing. It's just, I was super busy with things, and I think I just missed that first one, and it closed before I can go in and vote. So anyway, it's a new thing that we want everybody to be able to participate in, and you can just go to vote.somee.social and sign up, and boom, you can be able to get in and participate in our DAO. So yeah, there's the names for the NFT Marketplace that Philip was showing you, and some proposed names in there. If there isn't a minimum, I think like a minimum threshold, then it doesn't actually ratify the vote officially for the DAO. So if there's not enough participation, then even if it passes with very few votes or doesn't pass, I believe there's still what do they call it, quorum, or I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, if there doesn't get a participatory thing, then there's no actual quorum there. So, we do have the DAO there for people to do proposals and vote on and get their voices heard and all that good stuff, which is very important. But the DAO is new. And if the DAO is new, then it's great that it's there, and it's great that people are using it. It's great that we are ratifying decisions with it. But certain things like company level decisions and things like that still have to have that minimum quorum. And if they don't have the minimum quorum that's listed in the DAO rules, which you can see on the website as well as in settings, then it doesn't meet the quorum, so it doesn't get ratified. But you can increase or lower that quorum level just by putting a proposal out. So I mean, hey, more people use it, the better it is that DAO works, and everybody will be more happy. So
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a move in the right direction. So we have obviously on Republic, we have the first 3D NFTs that have been or haven't been minted yet, but these little cards spin around, and you can basically own a piece of the the history of SoMee. We still do have NFTs that are being minted for a very few select amount of people that were previously part of our GoFundMe campaign in the very past, and not so recent past, but it's been a while. And now that we're beginning to have the completion of our marketplace, we're just going to mint those, distribute those first. But these are the very next ones that will be minted after the campaign in Republic. So you have the different levels there that you can see, and it's as little as $100. I think for the SoMee Blue is the base NFT. And again, these are something that we're going to enable to be able to be displayed on your SoMee profiles later on. So it's something that we will code in and allow people to see, the NFTs that you participated in along the journey of SoMee. So go check it out, republic.co/SoMee. Or rep.pub/SoMee is our kind of short link. But yeah, it's there's a number of just exclusive NFTs, and once they're gone, or they're just a limited supply. So go check that out. So our marketing goals are, I mean, I can actually also probably get Nick in here if he'd like to, but basically our initial partner marketing, influencer marketing, onboarding begins coming here in February. So we've been obviously pre-registering some of the influencers on the site. They've been generating the partner links or the tracking links. We have material or promotional kind of images, video, text that's approved by the company that we've been building up to actually allow them to just simply click and share, and it embeds their link in there. And then we really want to kick it off once we have everything re-enabled. So we have a couple of other development integrations that I didn't discuss that just going to make it really easy for like fiat onboarding, offboarding, and on-ramp, off-ramp, and things like that, that will enable easy tracking too for like purchases and things that the influencers will get a little bit of commission on. And obviously the purpose is to increase visibility, interest with the influencers and their network of followers, and to grow the platform. And so the plan is, 1 to 3 months with retargeting every 2 to 4 weeks. We're going to be running some campaigns, which we have already been running some campaigns on other platforms that have had kind of retargeted ads. So we've seen that in action. What was the traction on that initial? What did you reach, like a couple million in that campaign initially?
It was like 3.7 million.
3.7 million. So that was the reach on that initial campaign. But we're going to continue that. Like I said, we don't want to jump ahead. We want the platform experience and the kind of the bells and whistles to be completed and tested. But we're getting there, and probably faster with the NFT platform because that's come together so quick. We have all the smart contracts ready. I would like to release that staking contract that's been.
We'll talk about that. We have a thing to talk about with the community. I'm not going to say that yet, but I do want to piggyback something on the marketing side as well. And this is a common question that comes up inside of our chat all the time: is when are we going to announce the influencers? When are we going to announce the celebrities? When are we going to? And I keep saying this over and over again, so I just want to make sure that this is absolutely clear to everybody. There are a lot of influencers that we have that we're working with that want to be on SoMee, that talk about SoMee, that share SoMee with their followers, and that are building that conversation. And when they move their profiles over to SoMee, they want to actually move their following over to us as well. And a few of those are more than willing to allow us to announce as soon as they do so. But many of them, especially their agencies, do have a no announcement clause because they want it to be organic. So you have to understand that even if somebody talks about SoMee publicly, that doesn't mean that that is an endorsement of SoMee. So which means that we as a company cannot sit here and go, hey, look, XYZ person talked about us. We can't always do that because that could breach an agreement that we already have. We will announce the influencers as we have them, and we will announce them based on the contracts that we have. But I just want to make sure you guys are understanding that we can't announce everybody. It's just not how that works.
And I work in KOL marketing with BitBoy Crypto and Heather and everybody over there, and I can affirm that we do the same thing. So we have the same clauses and stuff like that where we don't want our influencers to be announced by projects and say that our influencers are endorsing a project. So it's I just want to reinforce it.
And this is the marketing section, so we do want to allow Bijo and Nick the chance to talk here as well. Like Chris already said, both of them already have voice access, so if they would like to come up, then by all means unmute yourselves and start talking.
Yeah, I didn't expect Bijo to be around today because he was actually not feeling well, but I appreciate that he showed up. So Bijo, floor is yours. Or Nick.
Yeah, Bijo, you're unmuted. Now you just muted yourself again. So if Bijo, you want to talk, or Nick, you guys want to talk, because you guys messaged us in chat saying that it should be you guys talking about it, by all means, pop up. Otherwise, we could just move on to the next slide.
Nick is saying his mic is not working.
Okay. Not sure what to tell him on that one, but I can remote his mic access and give it back to him.
I see. Oh yeah, there is Bijo.
Now you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I tried to click that button many times now, and it said it's muted. I mean, most was already said. I mean, for sure, makes sense that we kind of hold back also with things, especially when it comes to influencers, because when they share everything to their community, and then the community tries our platform, and not everything is already in place, then we for sure would look bad. So we kind of on purpose wait to open the gates to all the influencers, and then we push everything we are creating already in advance pretty hard.
Yep. Let me move on to the next slide here. 1 second. Doink. Oops, wrong one. PowerPoint has a mind of its own.
SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
And I wanted to bring this SWOT analysis up for marketing because it's important that everybody understand that, for a large project like this, on a marketing perspective, we have to be very careful. Not only do we have to be careful with how we announce, but we have to be very careful with the partnerships we form, as well as how those partnerships are presented to the public, what information those partnerships have, the information that we're allowed to share. Like the Skrill and Chipotle thing. I love Skrill and Chipotle. They're wonderful companies, but it took a long time just to get the marketing concepts down between both companies. And it just took a long time to get it agreed. And then there were people like Stratos where Ben was like, yeah, sure, say whatever you want. And I'm like, that's awesome. But, we have to make sure that the whole community is aware that every project, every influencer, every agency is different. And no matter what agreement we have with KOL or anything else like that, everything is individually negotiated with. So we announce whatever we can, and we give out the information for the partnerships whenever we can. And I know it can seem like sometimes we don't announce enough, but we don't name drop. So we'll let Bijo talk about the SWOT analysis here if he would like.
Maybe it looks like he dropped again, but obviously, we've already kind of talked about our SWOT in the previous slide, but in terms of the marketing SWOT, I think the strengths from our standpoint, and I'll just fill in for Bijo since they're having some technical difficulties, but in my perspective, we have a great creative team that is, churning out the content, and we have this scalable influencer tracking, system that's ready, that has content that just makes it easy. So when you make things turnkey, I think that's a strength. We also have these relationships where we've been able to get featured on the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ. There's digital billboards. We're getting syndicated, which isn't really costing us a lot. We're just fortunate to be able to have these relationships that are enabling us to get that exposure. As a matter of fact, I believe we have one coming this Tuesday in NYC at the stock exchange. That's something that just came up. So I think that's a strength where we have these great relationships. And also, my hat's off to Aaron, because he has connected us with so many different opportunities and partners and marketing creative agencies that they interact with, so many of them over at BitBoy, that is right there a massive strength, I would say. So I just wanted to give credit where credit's due for Aaron.
I appreciate that. Can we announce the partnership with the Fiat crypto partner, because I mean he's been waiting for it. I mean, we can just announce it and then we could do a
Message me privately in Telegram which one you want to talk about, because there's 4 of them. Message me and then I'll tell you yes or no.
okay, well, Yogi, basically. I mean, I don't really have to message. I could just say it.
Oh,
No, just message me and I'll tell you yes or no.
yeah, we
I already
probably
did.
want to coordinate those, because I mean we did sign a partnership, but we want to. I think that there was like there was another partner involved in that one, and
There was, and we haven't really worked out the marketing agreement with
yeah,
them
we're
yet.
just kind of waiting on
Yeah,
that
I
one.
mean, this is yeah, Aaron, that one is a huge one. That's not just the fiat. That's a few
Yeah,
other
we
things.
don't just
And
want to
we
throw
did
that
sign
out
our
there.
agreements. Yeah, that
Well, I
one's
know
too
Yogi.
big to
Look,
throw
I
out.
know Yogi, so I mean, he's not going to yell
No,
at us.
he would be
doing
happy,
it.
but again, it goes back to what Philip was saying, where we want to position things in a way that not only respects the other partners, but it positions it so that everyone can get, really, excited when they hear it, and we kind of maximize, we have everything lined up for social media channels, all that stuff, all the coordination and back end stuff. But no, I think that we'll hold off on that for now, and then we can announce it later. But
Now, there
Okay.
are 2 that we can talk about, and those are the 2 that we already have permission, because it doesn't require a marketing agreement for either of them. And we are talking about 2 fiat on-ramps that we are working and adding into the wallet. One of them is Transact and the other one is Ramp. And those, we've already implemented in our test environments and on several other projects that we have in there, working just fine. So right now we're just getting the formal, API keys and the formal accounts created over there so that we can link those up. But as far as these other bigger ones, like the really big name ones, I can't announce those until we have the marketing agreements in place.
okay, yeah,
So,
perfect. As far as weaknesses go, obviously the biggest weakness is that our platform hasn't been ready fully, so that we couldn't do the full scale marketing. And that's the issue with this is, we have something really unique that people like, and the betas have given us the opportunity to see that. But we've also had technical things, and we've had to pivot and do different things where the blockchain couldn't handle it. After 2 million transactions a day, it started dropping like crazy, and we had to transition, and it was just technically it didn't move as fast as we wanted it to, but it's actually made us a stronger team. It's a weakness, but it's also become a strength for us, in my opinion, because it's helped us understand deeper technical things that we needed to accomplish, and probably given us a leg up over some other projects that would try to compete in the space, because we've already been through the pains that they're about ready to go through, and when they're on their journey. But it's still a weakness, and we are working as quickly as possible to squash that, so that we can get bugs and things like that. And like, for example, this last week we integrated, to Philip's credit, being a genius that he has, brought us this automated tool that um, basically allows you to automate this testing, and he walked us all through it on this video. I might even share the video session of that part of it with the actual brand, because I think that they would find it very valuable to see how we talked about it.
I could show part of
Yeah,
it.
I mean, Philip can show it on his screen, but the tool is amazing, and it enables us to just automate tests, so we can run a sequence of tests, and everything from logging in to upvoting to checking your wallet, checking all the different functions on the actual site. So every time that we do a push into the production site on SoMee, it allows us to automate all these processes that make it super easy for us to do testing. It's called Ghost Inspector, and I absolutely love this application, because you can, and he's playing the video here, so it shows him logging in, and basically we can go and create new processes very quickly too. So he tells the system what to look for, it verifies everything in there, verifies all the different points that should be able to be, active and in place. And it just automates the whole testing process. That takes a big load off of our development team. So again, it's a weakness that allowed us to kind of use and leverage different services and things that try to make it into a strength, so that we can actually get everything tested a lot easier and automated, and it takes the pressure off of our QA team and our developers, so they can just do what they do best, which is develop the features and squash bugs and make sure that, when they push these production updates, that we don't accidentally have a bug that slips in that causes, the news feed to jump or something like that. So thanks for sharing that, Philip. So that was a little thing on the weaknesses and how it kind of leverages our strengths, and obviously opportunities are for us, to manually import the influencer posts and data, as well as offer invite-only intakes into the influencers. I think that's a really great opportunity when we enable that. There's some other opportunities coming, like with our NFTs and some features that we'll be introducing. So now we have this marketplace built with the smart contract logic. We have like tons of blockchains because we are a blockchain agnostic company. Polygon, which a lot of projects are leveraging because they interact with Ethereum, but as a solution that doesn't have the gas fee, so it costs 0.7 of 1 penny to mint on their blockchain. So we have Polygon, Ethereum, with royalties. We have integrations that are coming that will allow people to leverage posts into NFTs. So that's exciting. I think that's an opportunity.
I think that's a really cool opportunity because we support so many blockchains.
How many did we add last month? We
everything.
Let's talk about, because I think we added Avalanche, Solana.
Yeah, we added Avalanche, KuCoin, Solana. I mean, we've added so many to the marketplace, so we can actually do everything from staking contracts on any of those chains to crowdfunding to coins to NFT contracts, and it's just so many.
Yeah,
I can't even
I
name
mean,
them all.
and we didn't. I mean, we've just been quietly developing, guys. We haven't, So I think there's quite an opportunity for us to actually, for the marketing team to, kind of connect the dots too, and start to allow people to understand from a marketing aspect. There's quite an opportunity here for us to talk about these things, what we've accomplished, and I think that you'll start to see more and more of that reflected in our social channels and things that we can release, like updates like that, tutorials. We do post a lot on our devs blog.
So we actually have more chains than OpenSea does right now.
Well, yes, we support a lot. I do include KuCoin.
And another thing is that we actually, when you post to our marketplace, you also can publish it to OpenSea. And the beautiful thing is that there was this influencer that published about OpenSea last week or two. I can't remember when it was, but his concern was that OpenSea is more centralized than what he thought, and if they went down, you basically lose access to your NFTs. And the way that we designed our smart contracts to where it publishes and uploads to IPFS, it's a benefit because obviously it's truly decentralized, and you guys can still control and have access to all of your NFTs when you publish on the SoMee Marketplace. So I think we've created some good opportunities there from a marketing standpoint to talk about those things, and those are all opportunities for us.
Yeah, so we added OKEC, we added Hecko, we added KuCoin, we added Phantom, Gnosis, Avalanche, and of course we support Polygon, Binance. We added Arbitum. We support Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Those are all the ones that we currently support right now.
Awesome.
Arbitum is the big one, as is Avalanche. I mean, those two are really good ones to add.
Definitely. So we're excited to see all of this kind of create not only opportunities in marketing, but opportunities for our community to earn more and to really have kind of this social DeFi element to it.
And that, I guess, brings us to our guest speaker for today, don't
Yeah,
it?
I think so. I think we should let Dom talk about his project. Let's go to the next. So we're announcing, basically a drop that is coming for the Spaced Out Cadets, and we're glad to announce that we're collaborating and working with Dom for this to release this through our marketplace. And he can talk a little bit more about it, but we actually also helped him create just his own site so that people can just go there and mint. And it'll also publish to OpenSea. And so from a technical standpoint, all those things are happening. We did all the layers of the NFT with him and his artist. And Dom, why don't you give us the high level overview, man?
Yo, what's up, everybody? First of all, let me tell you guys, man, working with the SoMee team has been absolutely amazing. Like I said, the NFT project is called Spaced Out Cadets. Growing up, before I became an actor or filmmaker, I was really into gaming. Like I was like like a serious like gamer. And in the 90s, it wasn't as like realistic of a career, or or the opportunities that are happening now weren't as available back then as it is now. And there's a time where the games I was playing, my game at the time was Call of Duty, and I was ranked amongst the 1,000 in the world, right, on that game. In today's time, I'm like, whoa, if I would have been ranked 1,000 in the entire world, you know how much money I would have been making off of these games, but I just didn't have the opportunity, right? So fast forward now that we're in this time frame, what really inspired me to really want to create Spaced Out Cadets was to get behind the esports gaming community, to go ahead and get behind other esports gamers, to give them opportunities to continue to pursue what they want to do. We're going to be throwing our own gaming tournaments as well, which is pretty awesome. One of the first partnerships that I've already locked in, established that we're going to be doing is a gaming tournament with LA Weekly, which is a huge collaboration, which is what I'm super excited about. But, in the process of creating Spaced Out Cadets, the whole intention and the whole utility of it is really, again, just to create a space for esports gamers to continue to thrive. The entire project is also space themed. So we're also going to be donating, to aerospace engineering programs, helping students, finish school and paying off, whatever is left in their tuition to help out. And, just getting behind, again, the education aspect of these creative thinkers, because, when it comes to aerospace engineering and gaming, to me, the synonymous energy in that is that they both have to really think outside the box to level up,
Exactly.
And that's just something that just really like inspired me. In the process of, again, working with Chris and Philip and the entire SoMee team, they've been really able to, how can I say, do their due diligence in the process of like helping me put everything together. Over the past like 6 months, I've been sitting on the art, but I was just really dissecting on the roadmap, what we want to do, where the goals, what's the intentions. And they really did a great job with the website, with creating the smart contracts, with helping me being able to now release it through multiple NFT marketplaces all at once, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be better for the overall community, and it's just really been a huge blessing. I'm super excited for what we got coming up.
And I just got to throw this out there for the top NFT holders that get the top, I think 222, like 10%, because when you mint these things, you have to generate them. You have to generate actually tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, and then boil it down to the very rare ones. So you see all the different aspects of the Spaced Out Cadet there, with laying on the object, the faction and the species, the planets and the nebula, the helmet or the special, feature around the Spaced Out Cadet, the suit and the accessories, and the feet or the boots. Those are all different layers that had to be selected. So we handpicked down to the 2022, and the top 200 or 222 will get have access to basically. I don't want to say like, where they morph it, but they're basically going to be able to upgrade that NFT into a 3D version that you can actually play with on your phone and pull it out of a box, and it's super cool. Like when you guys see this, it's definitely like a very next level drop. That is a very special thing that people have access to. So just want to give props to that, and basically say it's been a really pleasure working with Dominique as well, and we're really excited to kick this off.
It's truly been a huge blessing. The amount of the amount of support that's organically been coming amongst this, it's been like a huge blessing. Because again, being an actor, I've been in so many different rooms and so many different circles where, I'm amongst my peers, I'm amongst other people who do what I do. And it's so beautiful to see the response rate. And we haven't even started the marketing blitz yet, but to see the response rate just purely off of my network in itself, on all of my actors, my influencers, entrepreneurs, people who are waiting, are itching to mint on the day of the release, who are already in the Discord waiting to cop some NFTs from the pre-sale. It's really amazing to see that side of things.
It is.
So again,
with you,
stoked.
like to me, this is like on the level of like Bored Apes or Alien Friends or whatever. These top next level projects that I've seen. To be a part of this collaboration with Dom, and to be able to be part of like doing the generation that we did, kind of like exactly what Bored Apes did. This to me is going to be a really top drop, and we're super excited that this is going to be one of our first NFT drops collaborations with Dominique. So
as an NFT collector, right? How do I get into Whitelist? How do I get into the pre-sale?
So what you would need to do is just go ahead, and what I'm doing for this collection right now, the first 300 people to join the Discord are going to get whitelisted. So before we do the marketing blitz, I wanted to give opportunity for the first 300 people, just being original OG supporters, just participating. So then once you get whitelisted, you'll get access to all the pre-sales,
Can you post that in the chat?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you post the Discord/Telegram so I can join it?
Yeah, for sure.
No problem. I'll send it right now.
Yeah, this is a next level NFT drop. So and again, there's going to be collaboration with esports, LA Weekly. I know that we're having Dom even film with our New York Stock Exchange segment that will be broadcasting out and syndicating out to Bloomberg, Fox, a bunch of different TV networks. So again, we just want to help him maximize the exposure and the
news of the street
and the collaboration. So actually, I think this one's going through FinTech TV.
Yep.
Oh, it's not through recent events?
No, because we also collaborate with FinTech TV, which is another broadcaster.
Oh, okay.
And what's going to be really dope too, we're already having conversations of locking this in as well, but people who are going to be NFT holders of Space Out Cadets, my biggest thing is to really create experience for the community. That's like my biggest goal at the end of the day, because I do that myself, over the past years. When I'm not on set, I would throw some of the biggest parties in LA, events. Me and my partner, we would get 30 artist passes from Coachella or EDC, and we would have to go and we would actually give them to a lot of our friends to do story posts, and we'll create these experiences for them to come to these places. So for me, I always wanted to integrate that aspect into this project. And so what's really cool is we're onboarding an application that's going to allow people to get something called stamps, which will allow you to get a free table in Vegas at Excess with 2 free bottles, or if you want to go to Dre's after hours or Encore Beach Club. And we're also going to be giving away Coachella passes as well. So there's so many incentives that the community is going to get just from just holding the NFT alone. And then on top of that, again, the kicker to me to all of this is, again, what we're going to be doing with the 3D models, you know, because we're going to be releasing 2,222 NFTs in the collection. And then there's only going to be 222 3D models given out to the early people in the whitelist, you know. So it's going to be really exciting to see, you know, how things continue to evolve. You know, we have ideas talking where it's like, where we're going to do something called galactic unification, meaning when we go to other NFTs and when we collaborate with them, we're going to unify our galaxies together, and we're going to collaborate, and we're going to create more incentives for the community, you know. So if anybody, you know,
Yeah, it sounds awesome, man.
The way that we're
is looking
coding
for the
these things
Discord.
too is that they're going to have interactivity into the metaverse. So once we actually start, you know, because we're already working on some metaverse applications, and including these 3D models, and the way that we're going to code them is they're going to have interactivity and utility, and be able to, for people to take them into different environments. So again, we want them to be agnostic so that they could actually move these things around, not only as NFTs, but as like metaverse characters.
Yeah, this isn't going to be another a PFP project, you know. You know, the team and I are really working extremely hard just to make sure that it has so much efficient utility. It really just is for longevity. This is something that I'm like Gary Vee in this sense, where I don't ever want to stop doing this. I'm going to be having space cadets, and we're going to still be doing stuff when I'm 40 years old, you know. So it's like this is a really longevity vision. So again,
Well, Gary,
super excited, man.
Leave
Well,
it to
Gary
Dom
actually
to make
said
me
that-
feel old.
Gary actually said that he was going to continue doing it himself too. So, but I can connect you to various different NFT projects. I mean, I'm super connected in the space when it comes to NFTs and crypto. So yeah, just reach out, and I can connect you up to some other projects, and we can make some pretty big collaborations happen.
Yeah, we'll be doing
Amazing.
a lot of collabs, a lot of partnerships, but this is super exciting, guys. And you know, definitely check the chat here, and we're going to post that link to the Discord channel for the Spaced Out Cadets. Thanks a lot, Dom.
And I believe that we're going to be announcing the website today
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah, we should.
Is that we want
Yeah,
to
I
do?
mean, should we
Yep, the
should we
website's
announce it
live.
now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, how about this? We just announce it right
Let's
now.
do it.
The people in here will be the first
Yeah.
ones.
Are you happy with everything that's on there? You don't want to change any of the dates or anything else?
You know what? Let me look that over.
Yeah, let's not announce until you do your
Do
final
your
review.
final review.
Yeah, because I'm so excited. It's so fire, but it's like you guys be throwing out some awesome ideas at times. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not mad at that either. So I just want to make sure I look at something before I feel it.
Yeah, we'll do our
way.
final overview before we announce the actual website. But you know, you guys can actually get into the Discord right now, and that's live and that's ready. And the first 300 obviously are going to be having special perks, and then being able to get on the whitelist. So
there's only going to be 555 whitelist spots. So the first 300, you guys are just literally getting the easiest whitelist spot by just joining. Everybody else is going to have to really earn it.
and the top 222, they're going to get the next next level, which is like hasn't really been seen on the market yet. This is new. This is like different. Really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now it's time to move on. Thanks, Dom, for participating. I got to mention your dad too. His dad is like an OG dancer that was from the 80s. Marvin, he's so cool. So I had to just get my hat.
Yeah, he toured Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Rico Suave. It's so funny. Rico Suave was just at my dad's house the other day ago, and he was showing him my NFT project. He was losing his mind. He was like, "Yo, I need to mint like 10 of these."
Yeah. I mean, his dad is like one of the, and he was like from the 80s. He toured with was it Turbo, and from
David Bowie.
Yeah, I mean, he just.
I got one more question about the NFT project.
What's that, brother?
All right, so for the pre-sale or the whitelist, right? So how many can everybody mint? Is it one a person?
No. Oh, Philip, go ahead.
You can mint as many as you want.
Mhm.
So for
We're-
pre-sale, you can mint as many as you want.
No. What I wanted to do with the team, honestly, for the pre-sale, like I wanted to give a cap-off limit where it's
Yeah,
going
there
to
has
be
to
like a
be.
max limit of like 7 to 10, so that way someone can't sweep up the floor and it's not going to screw everybody
Well,
over.
Well, because you
know?
said the first 200, right? So if there's a first 200 that can do that, but then say a bunch of people just get in the whitelist and then mint 10, right?
Well, yeah,
Then they
yeah.
already
I mean,
have
that's your supply right there. So I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be like one or two. So if you have like, because we don't want more than like 20% to be able to be captured in the pre-sale. We want it to be fair for the rest of the community who doesn't get in the pre-sale. So it's probably going to be like a cap of two, I would say, to where you can get the first 300. Even if they get two each, that's 600. Then there's still some left for the public.
Right, but then my worry is that for the 3D thing, right? You should limit it to one person. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, so what we're gonna be doing, brother, is like, for example, so we have different factions in the collection, right? So there's a faction called Panda Cadets, which is gonna be amongst the 5%. And out of the 2,222 NFTs, there's only gonna be 200, actually a little less, probably about 160 something Panda Cadets. And every person that gets a Panda Cadet are gonna be getting airdropped a 3D model. So since they're going to be getting one of the most rare ones, they're going to be one of the first ones to get access to these 3D models, and then we're going to start releasing these other phases of what we're going to be doing with the 3D models as well.
So, but Chris said the first 200 would get 3D models, and that's where I'm saying, because you have a whitelist and a pre-sale, right?
Yeah, but if you have a whitelist person who does like say two, they're not going to get two Panda Cadets. And only I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Don, but only the Panda Cadets and those holders are the ones that actually have access to get the 3D model.
Exactly. So for example, right? So the pre-sale, there's only gonna probably be about like maybe like 50 Panda Cadets that people are gonna be able to get. The remaining Panda Cadets are gonna be for the public. But again, with the Panda Cadets specifically, there's just a little bit less than 200. And those are going to be the first 3D models that we give. So for example, Alien Friends, right? You know how they have the different factions, the Ulus, they have, which is the red, they have the purple, the yellow, and the green. Well, if you have the red Ulu, right, you get airdropped certain NFTs prior. You get extra incentive for holding an ultra rare than the other ones. So that's essentially the same concept that we've integrated here, where it's like, okay, well, if you own the top 5% faction, we're gonna go ahead and airdrop you to your wallet a 3D model and give you access to this before we start forcing people to burn their NFTs to try to cop this when we do another phase. Make sense?
Gotcha. Okay.
So again, it's and I'm actually really happy you brought that up, because it was just it's something to have a conversation and think about, and I want to make sure that this is clear for the community. Because
we should have all that FAQ
very anal about
on
that.
your site before we release it, so that way all those questions are answered in the FAQ section. We'll get that before we release it, but people can join the Discord for now. Thanks for your questions, AC. Appreciate that. So I guess moving on to the Q&A, because we want to stay in the time. I think we're a little bit about 5 minutes over, so we didn't want to go too long, but
we're actually quite over. We've got literally 1 minute left, but we can dedicate another 20 minutes or so to answering the questions that we have in chat.
All right, so let's look. It looks like we have like 12 questions, and
so the first question comes from Johnny Kashmir. Says, I was reading in chat about delegated power and how it has been abused already. How can we fix delegation? Someone delegates to 10 profiles and they all circle jerk each other. Will our AI be able to find these gamers?
It has to be something that Hive has actually has an answer for. I was thinking about the same question this last week, because when we went in to do the updated staking and unstaked drops for people, I noticed when I was checking like several users that there was like several of them that were like delegating everything to this one user, and I was like, that's odd. I noticed that when I was checking, and I'm sure it's something that Hive has addressed in their moderation, but I don't know what the answer is. Do you have any idea, Philip?
That is something I'm going to have to talk to both Astro and Eon about, as well as Reese, because I don't know everything about Hive's moderation, because some of that information they keep quiet. But I will talk to them about how they track the delegation abuse and things like that. But remember, with Hive, they're very picky about people having bot accounts, and they're very picky about people having extra accounts, and they're trying to game the system. And they eventually do track them down, and they end up invalidating any of the pending rewards that they have and all that good stuff. So it is something that they currently battle with, and it is something that they are currently able to track when people do these delegated bot accounts,
Yeah.
which is in case you guys don't know, on Hive it's called vote trails, and they're able to see those vote trails and take actions based on those.
So I think the answer is yes. There is an AI. I'm sure they have an AI on it, and even SoMee ourselves will do our part to help the ecosystem as we continue to get legs to work on things like that. That's definitely on our backlog. It's just takes time.
And remember, from a Hive perspective, hey Aaron, can you mute? From a Hive perspective, everything revolves around that HBD value. If HBD starts to tank, there's a huge problem, because that Hive backed dollar has to be very near the $1 US dollar mark to make everything fair. And so when there's a lot of scammers or spammers working on the blockchain, that HBD value tends to either way overinflate or way deflate. And that's why they have the moderations and the Hive watchers and the spaminators out there, making sure that people are behaving themselves properly on the blockchain and not frauding and phishing and botting and all that good stuff. And that helps keep that HBD value stable. The same thing applies on the SME side, which is the Hive engine side. That's a different layer of the blockchain. They also have those capabilities in there, and making sure that people are not doing these delegated bot things. And if they do find this behavior, they are able to take controls and actually, work within the system to stop those users from doing that. I don't have all the details on that, and I do know that Hive Engine does have documentation that they're working on to get that out to everybody, but I will reach out to Astro and Eon and see if there's something that we can release to the community on it. Again, it is something that we are aware of, and this is something that's going to be on every blockchain that you have that deals with monetization. You're going to have gamers and people trying to game the system, and we'll just put controls in place that we can help minimize
Yeah,
that.
that's the difficult part between the centralized and decentralized. Is that you have to try to figure out a good middle ground for something like this.
So this next question is also from Johnny Chris, and this is more up your area of expertise, as you like to talk about the ad share marketplace. What percentage of page ad revenue will be up for grabs by requiring the highest SAT ad share tier?
50%.
Perfect. Okay, that was an easy answer. Moving on. The next question comes from Janice. How many shares will the different investment tiers on Republic get you?
Yeah, it's basically at a 20% discount on Republic, and so you guys are at like 75 cents a share. So now with the shares, it's actually for shares of stock in the company, and you can go review all the documents there on Republic. But it's basically when I compare our valuation for our company to other sites out there that don't even compare to what SoMe's achieved yet, we're like severely undervalued, like by 4x. So I think it's a great opportunity. A lot of the other companies that I've now kind of benchmarked against that are like social media companies that, like, I know the founders, and they have like no revenue, and they're valued at like 4 times higher than us. So it's very interesting to see the different, and it's something you really don't know as a founder until you start to get into these things. But yeah, I think it's for where we're at, I think it's a great opportunity. We're happy to be able to offer shares over there. I guess I can't say too much about anything because all the communication for that is supposed to be on Republic. But yeah, go check it out and get an NFT if anything. Go do the $100 level, which I think is the minimum, but you get those are going fast, and people every day are doing the $100 ones just to make sure they get that limited edition NFT.
Next question comes from Fotis. Are you happy with yourself with the marketing plan that you're following so far? From my perspective, we are. We're not a pump and dump project. We're not the typical blockchain project that just wants to raise the token value and just get it out there with as much marketing as possible and get the price so high that it hits a cliff and eventually dies. We're not that type of project. We start slow with marketing, and we want to make sure that the platform is completely operational to the point where it's usable without pissing people off. And then we do the big marketing pushes. And so, quite frankly, I'm happy with how we're doing marketing.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I think that Philip hit the point, right on the head, is that, we're a lot of projects that went into the space, they rugged long ago and they're nowhere to be found. We've actually done the hard work, and there was somebody that posted on the platform who said something to the nature of, seeing a lot of people complaining about the token price. And he said, I get it. My own token's not worth much at the moment, but this is what he went on to say. I think this was Ferris, I believe. But he said from a risk reward ratio, he said SoMee's a great buy because you'll never find an actual another token with the product like we have that has potential for actual mass adoption. And that's really what we've been doing, is just working on an actual platform that can drive the utility of the ecosystem. So people can spend, their points or their tokens on the things within the ecosystem. And it's just it's been a big undertaking. And also we ran into technical things that we've already discussed, where we had to make these hard decisions to pivot or change, or maybe we didn't have developers early on that were worth their salt. So we had to, pivot and then actually recode the application now, but now here we are today where we have A+ code. We have, it's sitting on top of a hyperscale infrastructure. We're blockchain agnostic, so we're not totally reliant 100% on the blockchain, so we can still scale, but you all get to connect to the blockchains that we plug in, and we've achieved a lot of, from an aspect of decentralization. It's great. So focusing on that product and then getting, like we said, the finishing touches so that we can then, do our proper marketing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We're not like pump and dumps. We're not a scam. We're just trying to build value. And we're also trying to do some great things for social media, because in case you haven't noticed, social media is kind of a mess, and there's a lot of things happening on social media that people aren't happy with.
Kind of is an understatement.
It's an understatement, but yeah, it's, I don't, without naming names or being rude or pissed off about it, a lot of people are getting shadow banned. There's tricky algorithms. There's your private information is being sold without your knowledge or consent on secondary markets where you have no idea where it's going. And these are all big, complex problems that we actually are trying to do something about. And in some aspects, we're actually creating new protocols to drive this stuff. And so I think there's a lot of value in that, and I think long-term value. So, we just like to ask our community, look at us through that lens. It's a paradigm shift, I know. And it's not like
I think, yeah, look at it as from a holistic point of view. Don't look at us from the typical blockchain. You're going to list on a DEX and trade on the DEX and then eventually hit the cliff and die. That's not what we're here for. SoMee has blockchain capabilities because we want to do things the right way with Web3, and we want to give you the ability to earn. But we're not going to sit here and say, hey, look, every 10 seconds we're going out and doing marketing pushes for our token. That's not who we are, and that's not what we represent. So we're going to move on to the next question here. And by the way, it was Tim who wrote that article.
Oh, nice. Loved it.
So Johnny asks, have any improvements in the utility, uses, or tokenomics for SoMee token been established that you can share? Other than the DAO right now and the staking that we will be talking about here shortly, we haven't introduced any additional for utility for the SoMee token. But as a DAO member, as a holder of SoMee, you get the ability to propose as well as vote, and your voting power is directly determined by how much SoMee you're actually holding.
Yeah, eventually where this will go is that we'll open source a lot of the code so that the developers who come in can choose to, we'll have a DAO fund that will actually go towards funding more development. And then it'll truly kind of decentralize over time where the community actually will ratify a decision, and the developers who we're putting in to do it will get elected, and they'll be able to go build different features. So, eventually over time, it'll become more and more a decentralized autonomous organization.
The next question again is from Johnny, who is one of our most avid askers. Says, I read in Telegram that the lending of voting power, ergo the delegation, gets nothing. Wouldn't it be better to charge some sort of useful small tax for delegating? Thus, it might de-incentivize gamers. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we could propose that, and maybe that's something that, Hive could fundamentally, put the logic into in their blockchain if they thought it made sense.
It's definitely something we can approach Reese and Agro on, because if there was a small fee charged for delegation and things like that, that would definitely help avoid the abuse on the system. And I do know that Hive Engine did put a fee in recently for the tribal decks, so it wouldn't surprise me if they did something similar.
Good idea, Johnny.
At least on the
Good idea.
side. The next question here comes from Janice. What are the user numbers at the moment? Has there been any growth because of Republic? Yes. Our user numbers in open beta were around 30. Then we grew to about 50,000, and we're getting about anywhere between 12 and 2,000 members coming in and being more active per week, which is wonderful. And then per month, we're seeing an average turnover of about 60%. People that actually join continue to stay on the platform and use. So it's a lot higher than we were anticipating, and all of that was without any major marketing pushes. We're at like 54,000 users right now, and we're just still growing every single day, which is really cool.
Awesome.
Next question. When SME will be listed on other exchanges? You guys need to understand that SME is a layer 2 token. It's a Hive Engine token. It's not a standard ERC20 token. Unless that token can be supported by an exchange that supports SME, in other words, that supports Hive Engine tokens, there's no way for me to list that token elsewhere. And right now, our focus isn't on listing.
Oh, we could wrap it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next question here. I'm sorry that we're going through these so fast, but we're kind of way over our limit here. The next question comes from Johnny. Are there talks of making sure SoMee trends on Republic again, or is the team feeling secure enough to ride out the rest of the campaign?
Yeah, I think the way that Republic approaches it, that they kind of feature, they circulate their featuring in different projects. So we're pretty sure that they're going to also, refeature us again during the course of the campaign. But we're also doing our own kind of campaign just to, bring more attention to it. So, in general, it's good marketing dollars, because not only does it promote the Republic campaign, but also creates new users. So it kind of maximizes our marketing spend right now. So we are looking at running more campaigns and tweaking things. We're watching the numbers and watching what's successful, what isn't. So it's been good so far, and I think we're going to continue to collaborate with them.
We'll be doing interviews and press releases.
Yeah, we have
stuff
press
like
releases coming up. We have a New York Stock Exchange thing coming up. We have there's a superheroes series on Republic that I've been asked to do, so I'm going to do that. So yeah, lots of good things happening.
Next question comes from Cesar Silva on the Republic campaign. Any news about the wire transfer option being activated? I would like to invest a sizable amount from the UK because you guys are so nice, but unfortunately that can't be done with credit card max limit of 5,000. Chris, I do recall that there was something that they were working on for us. What is the latest on the wire transfer?
It should be enabled any day now. They asked us for some information for our campaign, which we gave them. And so I will check with that, but they're in the process of getting it re-enabled. So I would suspect like even this next week that it should be enabled.
Great. Next question comes from Caesar again. How and when people have access to their funds or holding left on their old SoMee platform wallets? You've never lost access to those. The only thing that was frozen for you was G Fuel and SoMee points because those were sub cryptos hosted on the owned blockchain. But your actual ERC20 wallet, you've had access to since the day it was created. And even right now, you guys can go to the wallet on SoMee, click the little settings icon and view your ERC20 information so that you can add that to MetaMask, MyEther Wallet Connect, or any other wallet service that you use so that you can manage your ERC20 tokens that you had in there. So again,
Did we do a blog post on that? I think we did a blog post on how to click the, because I'm pretty sure that they created some post on the dev blog. If not, we definitely need to do that. It's something important that people can see, because there was a certain amount of users who, when they log into their wallet on SoMee now, they'll see a little like kind of settings gear up in the upper right hand corner, and they click that and it says import wallet, and those ones have that special feature where they can actually go back to their old ERC wallet. You have to have your private key from, or your original wallet, which we always had recommended because we never held those. But you'll be able to log in your wallet, import everything. But you should always have had access, even through like MyEther wallet. You could go in and access that wallet and see all of your ONG, all of your Ethereum, everything. We never were custodial of that, and we never had the private keys. But yeah, do that. Check out devs.somesocial.com because it should be on our dev blog. But if it's not, once you log into your wallet, you can really easily see that little gearbox on the right-hand side, and then there's a drop down once you click it for importing your wallet. You should have access to that. If you have any issues, just email us at support@somee.social and we can answer that. But it should. I went through and did it, and it was really easy. And also in terms of your G Fuel and the points, the SoMee points, as soon as you connect your Hive blockchain, you'll show up on a report for the next week, and we'll airdrop you all of those values, and everybody got 2x on those.
Yeah, you already got your 3x for doing your power ups. Everybody gets 2x on top of that. So next question, and we have 3 questions left and 6 minutes left. So next question comes from Presale. What's the definition for the platform being ready for the influencers? Just fixing the remaining bugs? Yeah, we're just fixing up a few more little site bugs, like some of the annoying feed issues and some crazy stuff on the groups and companies pages, just to make things load a little bit faster on the news feed. Just some minor bugs to get those up and operational. We've actually got influencers coming onto the platform this week. In fact, I have to do an import for an influencer probably Wednesday. That's what Kelly asked. And then, so we're still bringing influencers on, but for the big marketing pushes and things like that, we want to fix up a few more slight bugs before we start bringing the big guys in. Next question is from Johnny again. Johnny, I'm just going to have to give you a mic access one of these days. When it comes to earning, can teams say with 100% certainty? No, and I don't really care what the rest of the question is because I can't say anything with 100% certainty. That ad revenue paid to content creators of highest SAT tier will earn more ad revenue than on any other top platform. I believe in SME as a money source. It's not as reliable as an ad revenue. SME isn't ad revenue. SAT is ad revenue. And no, there's zero way that I can say it's going to perform better than every other ad share marketplace on the market. But what I can say is that it's going to perform. Chris, did you want to add anything additional to that?
No, I mean, just that, when we release the ad share system, it's very unique, and I haven't seen anything like it on other platforms. And so that level of collaboration where you have the advertisers that are now collaborating with their target audience and vice versa, where they can target them back. I think that there's going to be some great things that happen as a result of that. And I think it'll be really unique, and being able to capture, up to 50% of the ad revenue on your pages, I think will be, be appealing. We just don't know, I mean, when you have, when you have a platform that scales millions of users and it attracts brands, they eventually, if you create the right environment, they eventually will spend more and more money, especially if their campaigns are effective. On other platforms right now, many times you don't have any ability to really understand how effective the campaign is. You might get lots of impressions or clicks, but if it's not converting into your KPI or your key performance indicator, then it's useless, in my opinion. But it's not. I know it's difficult at sometimes to track it all, but that's all I really had to add. I think there's going to be a lot of value there, but we're going to be really focused on also the delivery and really enhancing that for brands to maximize the experience, not only for the brands, but for the users, because that'll ultimately earn you all more money.
So he clarified his question in chat and he goes, I guess I worded my question wrong. I just wanted to know if most other platforms pay less than 50% practically every ad share revenue that's out there, even on platforms that do major marketing and give you a percentage of ad share back, it's usually less than 10% overall. We're going up to 50% for the revenue. And so, yeah, the answer to your question is, Johnny, yes. But
just look at YouTube super chats and all the creators that have complained about that.
So we do need to move on. We have 2 more questions and 2 minutes to go. When it comes to content creators earning more, is it safe to say that SoMee is essentially taking less revenue than other social companies and therefore could be labeled as more generous? You're absolutely correct on that. Last question comes from Rolo. Is there an NFT bonus perk given at each level of the investment via Republic? I don't see at the 500 level. Every single level in Republic has an NFT.
One thing we did, I think at the 500 level, was that there wasn't an NFT on that level. So I do want to clarify that if you end up coming in at the 500 level and you do want to get an NFT, we're going to do another class of NFTs just for that level, because we've already had several people ask, and we did it for 2 people already. And so if you do want that, just message me or message us on the Republic platform that, hey, I came in, I was on the AMA, just want to get I just invested $500 and want to get an NFT. We're going to go ahead and give options for those folks who don't want the actual power up and they just want to get an NFT. So no problem.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our AMA for this month.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks, Philip, for being here with, even though you had a concussion. And
yeah, my head is really killing me.
I mean, I didn't expect you to be here today, but honestly, it wouldn't have been the same without you. And AK, it's nice to have you as part of the AMA guest speakership today. And we appreciate you. Appreciated Dom and Bijo and Nick and everybody who participated today. It's a good AMA. And thanks to the community and everybody who attended.
And I'll get this up as soon as we can. The recording will be on YouTube, as it always is, and then we'll add it to our dev blog as well. And then the very last thing we're going to talk about is the staking contract. We do have a staking contract for SoMee to SAT as well, so that there's some additional options there. And we are working on a very special blockchain service tool for everybody as well. And once I get the final approval to release that information for everybody from the SoMee staking, as well as the blockchain tools to be able to do liquidity pools and all that good stuff, I will release it to the entire team. I've already got it in testing, so that should tell you guys something. But other than that, we look forward to seeing you guys on the next AMA, which will be the last Saturday of next month at 10:30 Pacific.
Awesome.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
guys. Have a great one.